Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
I am that dude, Bodkins.
Yeah, DP lost it to Thief. Yeah.
Right. Where he's wondering, he's like, I
Had it up, Patty.
He won style, like no weight classes.
Yeah, basically, like I said, there's been a couple guys that are like,
It's ridiculous. No way. There's nobody else out there. He's your guy.
That's just not my mentality, bro.
Yeah. Leave the ladder down. That's my always like, hey, somebody helped you out. Why not help somebody else out? Return.
Give a big round of applause for the one and only Bodkins Show.
Or bringing Craig Counsell down the interstate in a move unexpected. I had people.
I'm going to repeat that again, folks. I didn't stutter. Welcome to the Bodkins Show.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another great episode of the Bodkins Show. This is our weekly dump, as you like to call it. Welcome. Good morning. Hope everybody had a great Saturday, and hopefully, you're listening to us and get ready for relaxing Sunday. Finish up everything. Start the week off. Life is full of ups and downs, folks. I've had some downs this past week, or maybe really just, I was interviewed for a position that I was pretty much told, like, hey, man, like, you're my guy. You're going to get it. I put my heart and soul into it, did my best. And then the person that told me I was going to get it, him and the other person that was, I guess, doing the hiring, they wasn't a fan and wanted somebody else. And just for whatever reason, fell short. But those are the downs, and life is just, you just got to bounce back. Like, that's life. And you just got to think like, hey, it wasn't meant to be. It's okay. I'm still grateful. I have a job. That job didn't really pay it's not like it paid like $10,000 more. It was only like a $2,000, just a little bit. I think like close to $2,000 a year more pay raise, which would have been cool. Would have been nice. More money is always great. But in the long run, you just got to look at it and just be like, hey, it wasn't meant for me. There's another plan. Regroup. We got to, you can either sit in your sorrows and feel sorry for yourself, or you can dust yourself off and get back up, because as the once great Rocky Balboa once said, it's not how hard you can hit, it's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And that's how winning is done. So, Sam, shout out to Sam, and he's saying, I'm sorry to hear that, Nick. Everybody says, like, hey, I'm sorry. There's nothing nobody can do about it. There's nothing to be sorry about. Like, that's just how I look at it as, it's like, there ain't nothing to be sorry about. Like, your boy's still good, still got a job. Like, that's, you got to be grateful for the things we have and, learn and grow, man. Like, for whatever reason, it wasn't meant to be. Maybe the next one has. I've nailed a lot of jobs, and I've turned down more jobs, then I've probably been denied for. Like, just interviewed, and then I've been offered, like, I don't want to do this, or, just not for me. Or they couldn't make the money work that I wanted. So it happens, man. So it's all good. You bounce back and we get better, man. It's like I said, it's not how hard you hit, it's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's life, baby. And you got two options, get over it and move on, or sit in your fucking sorrows. Well, ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you. So I choose to dust myself up every day and go to work, man, in life, and try to be better every day. That's all we can be. It's 1% better every day than we were yesterday. And if you're doing that, you're gonna be all right. So that's kind of the morning little dump for me, my man. We got a lot to get into today. We'll talk a little of the JJ Watt here. We'll talk the WNBA, MLB, all the good stuff. Back into the show, we'll do our top 5 NBA all-time free agent signings. But you guys know who it is. It's my brother from another mother, Mr. Johnny Cruz. Johnny, what's up, my man?
What is going on, bro? I am with you there 100%. That's one of the best lines from a movie, as far as how hard you can get hit and you can keep on going. Because that is how winning is done. So props for having that mentality. You know what I'm saying? It sucks that opportunity didn't come through for you, but like you said, I'm a true believer that everything happens for a reason. I'm not the most religious person in the world, but I do believe in things like that. I believe in karma and the universe, looking over things like that. So everything happens for a reason. So you are where you're supposed to be, and like you said, you got a good job. And you and wifey's in a good spot. You with the kid, you know what I'm saying? So that's
that, like you just mentioned. So actually, at the same right before I got my position now at the university, I interviewed for a different position, and man, I thought I crushed it. I felt like I crushed it in that interview. I thought I did well in that one, but that kind of like when I met that boss, and then now I kind of work with that guy. I'm like, there's no fucking way I could go to work for that fucking guy. Like that, I mean, the money would have been great, but I'm like, thank God. I like sometimes I'm like, thank God I didn't get that job because like I couldn't have fucking worked for that guy. Like me and him are just two different personalities. So I'm like, I'm like, and that wasn't meant to be, and I'm kind of glad it wasn't meant to be. You know what I mean? Like the God or whatever, fate had it looking out for your boy.
Absolutely, man. Like I said, I'm a true believer in everything happening for a reason. So, if another opportunity is supposed to present itself, it will. But no, I'm with you on that. Life is hard, and you gotta keep on fighting and keep on going forward, and that's all we can do. And in the meantime, we have our distractions with all these different sports that we can shoot the shit about and. Enjoy our morning dumps on Sunday mornings to discuss them all.
Yeah. Sam said, don't be sorry it happened. Only be sorry if you didn't get the
True
chance.
that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you got to make your own chances too, Sam. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's up, bud? But yeah, I mean, again, everything happens for a reason. So just keep on working hard and doing what you're doing, and good things will happen for you. That's the key, though, is you can't just sit around and hope that shit's going to fall in your lap.
Nothing's going to be given.
Yeah. Nothing's going to be given to you in this world, in this life. Life is hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you want shit, you're going to have to go out and get it. You're going to have to work for it.
Especially I mean, like people like us, but like the normal common folk, you know what I mean? Like most people, like we ain't like most people aren't.
We don't have silver spoons.
Most people aren't born on it. You know what
we get plastic. I had a plastic spoon. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even a silver spoon. You know what I'm saying?
I tell people all the time, I wasn't born on third shit. I may not have been born in the motherfucking. I was born in the fourth hole. You know, I wasn't even born on deck. You know what I'm saying? Born in the motherfucking dugout. You know?
Right. I'm still on the bus in the parking lot. Like I haven't even gotten onto the field yet.
So I mean, I'm on the field now, baby. But my God,
that's it.
It's been a struggle, you know what I mean? Like, but that's life. It's life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, somebody whose kids are gonna be born on third, Johnny, is JJ Watt's kids, because his brother got the motherfucking bag on Friday or Thursday. 100 million guaranteed. I saw a stat. Obviously, we know his brother JJ. I put TJ. I put JJ Watt gets the bag in the title. It's TJ. But JJ actually posted, he's like, this motherfucker better not ask me to fucking pay for nothing. His career earnings don't even equal up to TJ's earnings at this point. I mean, wow. I mean, just absolutely, what a deal for the Steelers. It's a 3-year deal. Last year. So speaking of JJ, he's been on the Pat McAfee show a couple of times and said, like, they should have got the deal done last year. He probably he feels like TJ probably would have took a hometown discount, but not this year. And man, they gave the kid the bag, and the Steelers this is like I feel like this is their last hurrah, right? Like this is the last chance for this group to win it. But 3 years and like 100 million guaranteed is crazy.
Yeah, they definitely feel like they're pushing all their chips into the middle of the table. This season, they made a trade with the Dolphins to get Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith. So, but TJ is well deserving. I completely agree with his brother that it should have been taken care of last year. That's something a lot of GMs wind up kind of dropping the ball on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you have a player like that, where he's just been a dominant player his whole time there. He seems like a good dude. He represents the organization well. Like those are the ones you want to make sure you extend early. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can get them for a little bit cheaper. But $100 million guaranteed. he's the best defensive player on their team. He's probably
or the top two,
top
you said
two defensive, 2 or 3 defensive players in all of football.
I mean, him,
So
Miles Garrett, Micah
yeah,
Parsons.
him, Miles Garrett, and Micah Parsons are probably the top 3. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So well deserved. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be interesting to see what Pittsburgh does. We talked about them a little bit a few weeks ago as well. I mean, if they can keep your boy upright, you know what I'm saying? They redid that whole offensive line over the last couple of drafts. So if those young offensive linemen can put it together and open some holes for Warren to run the ball and keep Aaron upright, they're gonna score some points. And that defense has always come ready to play in Pittsburgh. So it's gonna be interesting. But shout out to the whole Watt family.
Yeah.
All those kids, and you know what I'm saying, for the next few generations are set up.
Right.
That's one of those, you know what I'm saying? Like if I saw Chris Greer walking down the street, the general manager of Miami Dolphins, I would want to drop kick his ass because he passed over TJ Watt to take Charles Harris in that draft when we needed an edge rusher.
Yeah,
the
Packers passed on him too.
Yeah. But we needed an edge rusher, and they decided to go with Charles Harris out of Missouri, who, if you're wondering who Charles Harris is, so is every other fucking person. Because he, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't shit, and to let TJ go by like that when, you know what I'm saying, you already saw his bloodline was already dominating the NFL and JJ. Like, why wouldn't you take that kid? But
kid went to Wisconsin, you know what I mean? Played at Wisconsin, and like Green Bay was like, oh, we needed a pass rusher, but I can't remember the kid we drafted. But you know, it was somebody was like, oh, I'm glad we drafted, and somebody tweeted, I'm glad we drafted this person instead of TJ because we couldn't have paid all this money to TJ 10 years down the road, you know, like, and that person.
Yeah, but you might have won a chip. You might have won another chip or two.
Yeah.
Aaron might have still been, you know what I'm saying? Like, history could have been completely different.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, you know, our 2 teams aren't the only teams that passed on him. It's not like he was the first overall pick, you know, but
I know.
You just got to hope the kid stays healthy because I think that's his biggest downfall, right? His ability. Sometimes, like it seems not that he doesn't play hurt. We know he can play. He plays injured at times. So, but there is times where he misses some games. You know what I mean? Seems like he always misses 2 or 3 games a year, and you know. So, but man, he got paid. I mean, like you mentioned, like general managers. Like to me, like it's better to get the deal done early before the market resets itself, because if you get the deal done early, then you're the standard, you know what I mean? And then the next person's going to get paid more and more and more. So if they would have paid him before Myles Garrett and everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Like before they would have saved a
little something there.
Some money. You would have saved
some money. Especially with your first round picks that you have the 5th year option on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, it's not like he hasn't been a good player all for, you know what I'm saying, the whole time he's been there.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, just the last year or 2 he's been good, but before that he was garbage. No, he's been one of the best defensive players the entire time.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So those are the ones that you know what I'm saying. And again, he seems like a good character dude. He's representing the organization well. Like those are the ones. Lock him up early. You know what I'm saying? And then you're straight to spread the money out elsewhere. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, as a Dolphin fan, I can't say shit about Pittsburgh because they're always in a good position. They're always, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, vying for a playoff spot and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? We're just trying to be relevant.
They've definitely done things this offseason that are a little uncharacteristic, spending big money, going out and getting free agents.
Yeah.
But, you know, they're able to get this TJ deal done, and they did it smart because, like, you know, they're not paying a quarterback right now. They're only paying Aaron $10 million. So, like, you know, that's about as cheap as a discount you can get for a Hall of Fame quarterback. And they don't have another quarterback on their roster. I mean, Will Howard's a rookie. He's like a 6th round pick or whatever. So, you know, and maybe
I like that kid's upside too, though.
Yeah, maybe he's their future. You know, he sits behind Aaron, and maybe he's their future. You know, in 3 years though, like I think that's the right amount for TJ. I don't know how much longer he's got left, but I saw a thing the other day, which is crazy. It's like man, I didn't realize Dak Prescott, this is his 10th year in the league. Like, you know what I mean? Like Patrick Mahomes, 9th year in the league. I'm like, yeah, I feel like these guys have just got
right.
Justin Fields, 5 years in the league. I'm like, man, like it's crazy, but it's just how time, Joe Burrow's like 6 years in the league. I'm like, it's crazy how fast time is moving, like it's just like, shit, man. I feel like maybe I just haven't got over the, like the Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Eric. Here we already are. And like, you look up and like these guys have been in the league 9-10 years,
Yeah, it's crazy as you get older, the years just fly by.
Right.
The Mahomes one right there hit me like, damn, it's almost 9 years already. Like, damn, that was quick, bro.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow, and he's going into his 6th season now. Along with Tua and Justin Herbert. But Dak Prescott, it's been a minute, and he's another one that was a 4th round pick, and they waited to pay him and wound up having to pay him a lot more than what he was honestly worth as well. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another example of that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but Jerry does that on purpose. He subscribes to that notion because what it does is, and he tell you what do people do? They talking about us. You know what I mean?
Right. That's all he gives a fuck about. That's all he gives a shit about.
Yeah, hey, that moves the needle, right? So here's our weekly obligatory cowboy talk.
Yeah.
It's like that's what Jerry wants to do. It's like, I'm gonna wait to sign my guys to the very last minute, so the media starts talking about us. You know what I mean? The more we're talking about it, the more money I make, the more numbers. You know what I mean? Like, businessman, it's not bad business. It's I mean, it is, but it ain't. You know what I mean? So,
right.
So, but
I mean, it's gotten him. It's gotten him extremely wealthy. Doing it that way, and they got that big ass stadium down in Texas.
Yeah.
I actually think they're gonna fall on their faces, though. You say shout out to the LTS crew. Apologies for missing out on the first show back, but I will be there on Thursday. But I know you guys spoke of the NFC East. Yeah, I think they're gonna fall on their face, man. I got them at 7 and 10. Sorry, Alan. Shout out to Alan.
Yeah, you're the only one that's
Mr. Alan Perales.
You're the only one that's got them 4th place. We all, I have them 2nd. I don't think they're going to fall that far on their faces.
Yeah, I think it's going to crumble. It's about time for that. You know what I'm saying? They've been riding that middle wave for a minute, and a couple games over 500, making the playoffs barely and shit.
It's either going to be one way or the other, right? They're either going to be really good, like they're going to surprise people. Or they're gonna be, like you said, they could just fall flat on their fucking faces and this just be a shit show. It seemed like they went through like this period back in the day, right after Parcells. Was it like right before Parcells or right after Parcells, where they went through like 3 or 4 different coaches, like Dave Campo, and just like then they couldn't find a guy. Then they found obviously the Clapper was there for a decade. It felt like.
Jason Garrett. He was there for a hot minute.
Yeah, but before that, it just seemed like they were kind of running through these coaches.
Yeah.
They didn't have Bill Parcells kind of there for a little bit, but they were just running through all these types of different coaches. Like they just couldn't find. I feel like they could be headed towards that right now. We're already kind of seeing it, right? Like they had McCarthy for a couple of years. Now they're going to try Brian Schottenheimer. So, we'll see, man. But
that's what I'm saying, and that division is tough. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got Philly, who they're just stacked at every freaking position. Shout out to Howie Roseman and that front office in Philly. They always seem to get those fucking draft picks hit on all those draft picks.
Their defense is just absolutely. I feel like their defense.
It almost seems like right, and I mean like half of them are all Georgia Bulldogs from that. You know what I'm saying, from that Georgia team a few years ago that was just dominant as hell.
Yeah, let me get that whole squad.
right. But you got Philly, with a high bar, obviously a good team, coming off the title and shit. And then you got Washington, which, if Daniels is going to continue to develop, they're only going to get better. You know what I'm saying? Because the defense is going to get better under Quinn. So if they can still put up points with that young quarterback, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in the East. The Giants, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got them around 500. I got them just like a game above Dallas because I think, like I said, I think Dallas is going to wind up falling apart. There's going to be some kind of drama or some shit going on somewhere during the middle of the season, and I see them falling into 4th place. But it's a tough division. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But no, looking forward to. Just wanted to shout out the LTS crew for Thursday, and yeah, like you said, our obligatory, mandatory Dallas Cowboys talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I kind of hope they fall on their faces too. Not for nothing, but we'll see what happens. But
Yeah. Let's move here. Let's talk a little bit of WNBA here. Man, I'm a little torn on the WNBA on this. I don't know if you saw yesterday on their at the All-Star game. They're wearing these shirts called "Pay Us What You Owe Us," and man, I'm a little nervous here because the last thing that this league needs is a stoppage. And I get it, but I get that they want to be paid well. And I'm all about everybody getting paid more. But man, you got to watch out here because you got some momentum. And if your league, if you have a league stoppage, which looks like it could possibly happen because it looks like some of these demands that maybe some of the players are want are just like, man. But then you hear about, they used to have to fly on they weren't flying on like charter planes and things like that. They're flying like commercial airline. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like those probably things shouldn't be happening either. But how much revenue are you guys really making? And how much is this league making compared to what you want? And you got to, I feel like they're walking a fine line here and I'm a little worried about it.
I completely agree with you. I don't think it was the best look. The one thing that helps them is that Caitlyn wore a shirt as well.
Yeah.
Because she is the needle. You know what I'm saying? Like you mentioned, as far as revenue and all that stuff, she is the star of that league right now. Whether the players really want to acknowledge that, or the players union for the WNBA really want to acknowledge that or admit it, they better, because she's the one that's going to get all of y'all paid. But as far as pay us what you owe us, like it's such a, I don't know, it's such a passive aggressive way of trying to do business. I'm not a big fan.
Sound like some females.
I mean, it's you hate to say it like that, but it does. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you could have worded it any other. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, it rhymes and whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just pay us what we deserve. Some shit anyway. But the fact that Caitlyn was part of it helps their argument. Because again, she's the one that moves the needle.
But she got to get it together though. Like, I mean, I'm as Caitlyn a biggest fan as Caitlyn is, and I know you are too. But like, shout out to my guy Wildcard Mar. He had posted a video about somebody like pretty much like the league's not talking about it, but she's struggling this year, and her numbers are down. But she ain't just been on the court. Like that's the thing.
Because she's getting her ass beat, and these horrible officials are allowing her to get beat down. And I thought, you know what I'm saying, her first year, you know what I'm saying, because they do that all the time, but it's like it's continued on into the second season. And I mean, and again, this is the WNBA's fault and the players' union's fault for allowing their supers. I mean, even Paige Beckers got banged up. And I understand. I'm not trying to say that they shouldn't be play physical, because that's one of the things I like about the WNBA is it's a more physical league than the NBA. But it's the extracurricular shit that they're allowing to continue to happen, and it's happening to your biggest stars, including your biggest star, Caitlin Clark, and that's why she's struggling because you're saying like I mean, you see how big her legs are. Like the girl is all legs in her jump shot. You know what I'm saying? And she's worked out to get stronger, but she's getting beat up so much, her legs are hurt. So her shot is way off. You know what I'm saying? So she's not putting up the same numbers that she usually would, but it's because she's not on the court as much as she should be. Yeah. She's got some new teammates, so it was going to take time for that chemistry to build. And she hasn't. She's not even on the court to be able to build that chemistry. Yeah. So, like the WNBA's got some issues, man. But I'm with you. If they wind up having a work stoppage, like that league can go under. You know what I'm saying? To be completely honest, you know what I'm saying. So. They need to watch. You know what I'm saying, how far they're willing to push that envelope. I know they got that whole unrivaled shit, but come on now, that's gimmicky, 3-on-3 type basketball or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. As a fan of the WNBA, I want them to get it together so that I can continue to watch, good basketball. But The officiating needs to get better. The extracurricular physicality needs to cut down. I mean, it's one thing to be physical, it's another thing to be dirty. And there's a lot of dirty shit happening in the league to a lot of good young stars. And those stars are the ones that are going to, push the needle for you and make your league more popular. So instead of having that jealous, mindset, like we said it all last year, the high tide raises all boats. So instead of embracing the young superstars like the NBA does, the NBA, those guys are always shouting out the young kids coming in, like when Wemby came and stuff like that. Like they're always showing love to the next generation of players, because they definitely don't show love to the old generation, this new generation of NBA. But so the WNBA needs to do more of that, man, and do better promoting for their young stars. But a work stoppage, I think, will be critical, bro.
Yeah, they can't have it. Like I feel like there's new eyes with Caitlin on the on the product. Like this is like there's kind of like this, you know what I mean? So like let's not ruin it here. You know what I mean? You got some momentum behind you. Don't ruin it now. And just kind of what are your expectations here of some of these certain teams? Like obviously, like I'm always going to be looking at the Fever. We just mentioned Caitlin's got to get healthy. That second half, the first half has just been up and down. She couldn't even play in the All-Star game because ever since training camp, she's just been kind of riddled with injuries. So like, hopefully she can get right and make a big push here the second half. They're only 4 back here in the Eastern Conference. They did win the Commissioner's Cup. I still think they can make a run or maybe even win this whole thing. But man, New York, obviously the defending champions are 15-6. You got it's surprising to see Las Vegas down there at 11-11. The Minnesota, who made it to the finals last year, 20-4, look like the best team in the league again. Your thoughts here as we kind of enter the second half of the WNBA?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Like you mentioned, the Liberty 15-6 in second place overall, but first in the East. They were stumbling there for a few games. You say they got off to a nice streak, 9-10 in a row to start off the season. They've lost 4 out of their next 5, but then they won the last couple going into the All-Star break. As far as the Fever, it's all Caitlin. She needs to, if she comes back healthy and they can get that chemistry growing, I think they can make a run. And I think even from a lower seed, they're gonna scare some people if she's fully healthy and everybody else is healthy, because they got a squad with the addition of Sophie Cunningham and Natasha Howard. They get that chemistry going and Caitlin's healthy, they're gonna be a scary out. But Minnesota they're on a mission after they quote unquote feel like they got robbed out of that WNBA final last year against New York.
No, at home Minnesota is
right.
At home in the first half.
Nafisa Collier is one of the best players in the entire league. She's probably well on her way to winning an MVP this year. She's a lot of fun to watch, man. She's a really, really good player. But that Lynx squad is pretty loaded. So, but they've lost a couple games here lately, but 20-4. Clearly the top team in the whole league right now. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Phoenix has a nice squad that they put together.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun going down the stretch here, but you hope that no more injuries and stuff like that. Not only for Caitlin Clark, but for any of the other stars and stuff like that. You want to see the best players out there in every league. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Can the New York Liberty defend their title? It's gonna be interesting, and Sabrina got some love over this weekend, winning the 3-point contest and stuff like that. So I'm happy for her. And Seattle's good, bro.
Yeah, the Storm are
4th place.
Yeah, they're 14-9 right now. So like they got some. They're playing well. Shout out to our guy, Football Talk with Bo. He's actually been on the sidelines covering the Storm on his channel. So.
Nice.
If you're into that, check out Bo. He's been posting a lot of clips, interviews, and things like that for them. But yeah, that's
awesome.
Yeah, so the Storm, watch out for the Seattle Storm too. They're kind of building something here. It'll be interesting down the stretch, like you said. Though I just want everybody to be healthy. Obviously, I'm rooting for the Fever and Caitlin to kind of hopefully bounce back and play well, but. it just seems like they just can't get it all together. Like the coach, then the coach had to leave a few times. So let's
there seems to be a lot of stuff behind the scenes that's kind of been hampering their season so far. But they're one game over 500. You know what I'm saying? They're right in the thick of things. But yeah, the most important thing is health. If Caitlin can get healthy and back on the court, they obviously have a chance. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. It's gonna be fun, man.
It'll be interesting. Johnny, baseball kicked off its second half on this past weekend. My Cubs, baby, the best team in the National League after taking we got a chance to sweep the Red Sox here today. So we're actually helping you out, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate that.
You're welcome. But we're the best team in the National League at 59-39, baby. I don't know if we can keep this up, but man, I am fucking enjoying it. In fact, we're actually the second best team in all of baseball outside. We're tied with the best team in all of baseball with the Detroit Tigers. But let me ask you, let's look at each division here. We're looking at we'll start with your division. Your Yankees are 3 back, Boston 5 back, Tampa Bay 5.5 back. Like, do we think Toronto can still win this thing, or can your Yankees or maybe even? I feel like I'm not buying in the Red Sox. I just feel like they might be the streakiest team in baseball. It's like they win 10, lose 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's who they are. But man, Toronto's been the surprise team here. Do you think they can outlast your Yankees here down the second half of the season?
I mean, I think it's definitely possible. Obviously, they're playing good baseball right now. Offensively, they got all these young good players that have been playing well. They've been the talk for the last several years. They just haven't come through the last couple years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got a good frontline starter with Barrios. They probably need to make a move to ensure that they can keep going. At the trade deadline, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens there. The Red Sox are hella streaky, so it's interesting to see what's happening with them. They're young as hell too. Besides Bregman, the rest of that squad is fairly young in Boston, so they're gonna be a problem for a minute. And my Yankees just keep winning one and losing one and winning one. They just keep stumbling and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that first game against, you know what I'm saying? Against the Braves was just hot garbage and stuff, like just stupid shit. Not running the bases well, and you know what I'm saying? It's just.
And then the central. I mean, you might as well just crown the Tigers. You know what I mean? Like, with Danny Green, because we're gonna crown him. We want to crown him, Danny Green.
Yeah, they're just beating the hell out of everybody, bro. They got great starting pitching.
They got the best pitcher in all of baseball.
Yeah.
I mean,
he could win a second Cy Young. Dude.
He's going to. He's going to. Like, there's just no doubt about it. Unless,
that's a young team. They got their couple of vets with Baez and Glaber's, I guess, a vet now.
Yeah,
they got a lot of good young talent. They got some good young pitching, including the best pitcher in baseball.
Yeah.
They got a good manager who's a World Series winning manager. Detroit's gonna be a problem for a minute, man. So sorry to all those Central Division teams. Kansas City looked like they were gonna be a little something for a few years there. They completely shit the bed this year. The Twins always find a way to whatever. I'm surprised at the Guardians being under 500. They always find a way to be pretty good. Maybe the Guardians need to start selling some of those pieces.
Come on, baby. We need some pieces.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind at third base. I'll take Jose Ramirez.
Right. Same. We
on
need
the Yankees. Shit.
And a pitcher. I'm kind of with you on that one. And then we look at the West here. It's kind of, to me, between Houston and Seattle. Seattle's only 3 back, but I mean, I feel like death taxes and the Houston Astros are just kind of what that is. It doesn't matter. So that's just until proven otherwise, right? Like, to win the division, like, at least, I
was just about to say, you know what I'm saying? And it took, Houston's 3-7 the last 10, Seattle 7-3 to get them in, to within 3 games. But Houston's like the boogeyman of that division. So until I see another team actually beat Houston, I'm going to go with Houston winning the West, man. It's just, I'm with you on that. It seems to have been a given, at least the last decade. this Houston Astros team has been on top of that division. You know, Texas obviously squeaked through a couple years ago and won themselves a chip.
Yeah.
But Houston just seems to always find a way, man. They keep bringing up that young talent up the pipeline.
It's like they lose two guys. Like they lost Kyle Tucker, one of the best baseball players. Don't worry. You know what I mean? It's just like
that's all about drafting and development, man. Their farm system is still one of the best in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like they're constantly bringing up top players.
Yeah.
And they keep reloading the farm system. That's all about drafting well and developing your players, man.
Yeah, and it's not like they go out and like go get like the top free agents. You know, they're not the Dodgers or your Yankees. You know what I mean? Like they're not going out and like, hey, well, let's spend a bunch of money. It's like, nah, Kyle Tucker. Okay, we'll trade him. We'll take
we'll trade him, get a bunch of top draft choices and put them in our farm system. And again, that's how Houston does it. Props to them for doing it that way. That's how Detroit is being built too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and
I want to say somebody from their front office came from Houston as well. You know what I'm saying, with AJ Hinch. So it's crazy what Houston's been able to do, and like you said, without being like big buyers in free agency. It's gonna be interesting to see if they watch them want to be in a team, because that's what they do, is that they'll be the team to make that trade at the trade deadline for a Justin Verlander or some shit like that and go win a title. You know what I'm saying? Like they did several years back. But props to Houston and those front offices that build it that way, man. That's how you sustain success. Yeah, is when you're drafting well and developing your players.
Yeah, that's the key word: sustained success. Like I said, like the last decade, like it's just been death taxes in the Houston Astros and the AL West. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just that's like until proven otherwise, you got to ride with them. And like they've lost so many great players, like Kyle Tucker. They lost Carlos Correa a couple years ago. They've lost Springer a couple years ago. It's just like, oh yeah, all this, but we'll replace them. You know what I mean?
Right.
those guys are gonna do good. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sure. You know what I mean? It's just like they're not going out and like it's just it. And kudos but man, they're tough, and they're always it seems like it's always like them and the Yankees in the playoffs and these grinded out playoff series. So just kind of looking at the AL wild card, your Yankees sit at the top, the Seattle's a game second, and then Boston's that third wild card team. I don't know if I'll ever get used to having three wild card teams in my brain, but and then
it's weird to even hear that, bro.
Yeah, then you got Tampa Bay and Texas sitting right there. I'm kind of, if I had to circle the three teams, I actually think it's going to be, whether the Blue Jays or the Yankees will get in if the Yankees can catch them there. Seattle, I like Seattle. That lineup is really good. Plus, they got a pretty decent starting pitching staff. I would probably favor Tampa over Boston just because Boston's so damn streaky,
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens, bro. The Yankees better do something. Not to turn this all into a Yankee thing, but the Yankees better do something because they just are not playing good baseball right now, and it's just like regular fun, and it's the same shit for the last several years, like regular fundamental type baseball. And to me, that's management. You know what I'm saying? That's your fucking coach. You know what I'm saying? If guys ain't running the bases right and making mental shit like that, then there's a problem in the dugout.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And I like Aaron Boone, but it's aggravating that this is the same issue that seems to be going on with this team. And for as much as I love Aaron Judge, bro, you're the fucking captain. Like break your foot off of some people's asses and get them going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. It's weird, but
because like the Cubs used to do that, like a lot of outs on the bases. They were like one of the worst teams at running the bases and had the most outs. Now, like Craig Counsell, like, man, we're stealing bases. It's just like you can see the different managers aspect. Like I love David Rossi. He'll always be one of my favorite players. Just like us, because all the players the whole roster in 2016 will be special to me, and Ross was part of that. So
of course.
But but man, Craig Counsell is you can see the impact he's doing every day.
Absolutely, and I was excited about this team because we got some good young players, athletic players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they hardly steal bases at all. You know what I'm saying? Again, they get an easy easy opportunity to go from first to third, and you get caught by a mile at third base, and then you're tagging up from second base and you get caught at third base. You know what I'm saying? Like that should never fucking happen. Like, first of all, you should be running as hard as you fucking can, and then you don't even slide. And that's on the third base coach too. Like, how you not waving him this? Like, it's just stupid shit like that drives me nuts about the Yankees. And there's other shits too, but you say that's for another show at another time on my own show where I'll break down all those issues with the fucking Yankees. But no, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, as far as wild card, Seattle has a very good shot if they don't catch Houston in that division. Tampa Bay always finds a way to be competitive. Like, I was not expecting them to be nowhere near this year, bro. They're playing at George M. Steinbrenner Field right there in Tampa. It's a nice little spring training, field or whatever. But they're you know what I'm saying, they're packed everything.
In like a minor league baseball stadium, or you know what I mean.
Basically, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens if they do make the playoffs. I'm sure MLB is hoping that they don't. Just because there's this talk about wanting to move them, which that shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? If they earn their way to the playoffs, then you need to do whatever accommodating you need to do to that stadium. Right.
Yeah, it's okay for the regular season. Guess what? It's got to be okay for the playoffs.
Thank you. And if you're worried about the broadcast and all that shit, you know what? You need to spend the money and make that shit where it can work there. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't lose out on home field because, you know what I'm saying? Because you just threw them there. You just threw them there. That's what I'm saying. People are actually going to the game. I mean, it only seats like, I want to say like 8,000 or something like that. So
they're selling out.
So they're it's standing room only in that motherfucker, bro. But they're actually playing good baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, they always kind of play.
They always kind of do, bro. For real. And again, that's another organization that drafts well, develops well.
They just can't.
I love their manager. You know what I'm saying? They don't bring enough revenue in to like make that big trade or big key signing. Yep. And they gotta hope it works out with with their young players, and they made the wrong decision. They bet their money on that one kid. I can't even remember his name now, but wound up
Franco.
And he wound up getting in all kinds of trouble and shit. Yep. He ain't even in the league now, and that was like $140 million that they gave that kid. So that completely screwed them up. But they're still in the hunt. So props to Kevin Cash and the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, let's look at the National League here. The East, you got to me, it's down to two teams, and that's the Phillies and the Mets. Like the Mets only a game and a half back. Juan Soto's having an up and down year. I feel like right now didn't obviously make the All-Star game, but it seems like he's kind of been a streaky, trying to adjust, I think, to that all the expectations to that money and all the things that come. All the pressure that kind of comes with it. But I'm probably going to ride with the Phillies because they've just been there and done that in the second half, and they'll win this whole thing out.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I just think Philly's the better overall team.
Yeah. They've been there, done that. They went to the World Series won the World. Did they win the World Series a couple years ago, or maybe they just win? I can't remember.
Shaq can't even remember last week, bro. But I mean, the Mets got some good pieces. Obviously, Juan Soto. It helps having Aaron Judge back behind you, huh, Juan?
Yeah.
But I like the
good pitches I got last year.
Right, you ain't getting all those fastballs.
Yeah.
But no, the Phillies have just been more consistent of a team, in my opinion. They both have had a bad 10-game stretch over the last little bit, but. Your Cubs are playing really well, but in the East, I'll go Phillies. I think the Phillies will hold on to it. Again, I'm still shocked about the Braves. I know they've had their injuries and shit. I know that they
Speaking of that, did you see that throw Ronald Acuna through?
That's what I'm saying. He got our guy tagging up from second base, and bro, like
Yankees.
Like you're fucking like why the fuck are you jogging, bro? Like you already slow. You're not even a fast dude.
But like what a throw, though. I mean,
I mean, bro, if that kid stays healthy, he's one of the best players in baseball, man. I hope he stays healthy.
He didn't crow hop or
nothing,
just
bro.
Caught it and just casually.
He just
threw it on a dime.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
An absolute bullet.
Yeah.
And homeboy thought, I could just tag up and jog this shit in. Nah, bro, you just got embarrassed, bro. Like that's embarrassing, bro. For real. Like if I'm the third base coach, I don't even want to walk in the dugout myself.
I'm more impressed with the throw, but I get because it's your guy.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? That's a fucking embarrassment. But nah, I mean, yeah, you expect, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he, like I said,
that was the fucking rope, man.
It was an absolute dart. Yeah. No, he's a phenomenal player, man. I hope the kid stays healthy, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's had a couple of injury riddled years these last couple years, but before those injuries, he was one of the best players in baseball. He still is one. He's still young too, man. What is he? 27, 28 years old, maybe. So that that was a phenomenal throw, and it was like, you know.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit.
I was not even, you know what I'm saying? Like I was actually,
so when I saw
I was actually out eating with the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We took, you know, my youngest son's, one of his best friends is going to Colorado. Like he's doing school like out of state or whatever. Yeah. Shout out to Connor and to my son Jace. But so we all went out to eat or whatever, and I of course had to make sure that we went somewhere where I could watch the game and shit.
Yeah.
So they had the game on or whatever, and like I see him, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I wasn't gonna drink. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as I saw that shit, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need a beer, please. You know what I'm saying? So I had to have myself a big draft beer after seeing that embarrassing shit at third base, bro.
Like I see the catch, right? And I'm like, oh, that wasn't impressive. But then I see the throw.
The throw was ridiculous, bro.
I'm like, because I'm waiting to see like what the hell happened. Like, and I would never expected like that throw. Like, I'm like, oh shit, that was
some old Roberto Clemente shit right there, bro.
Yeah, that was
some Ichiro shit, bro. That was an absolute dart. Like, how dare you try to tag up on me, bro?
Yeah.
And it was deep. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no reason to get caught, but it was a perfect throw, and oh my god, yeah.
Speaking of my Cubs, they're at the first place in the Central. The man, it's like hard doing. Like I'm loving this season, but it's like, man, you're 20 games over 500. We should be like 10 games up, right? We're supposed to be the best. Like I just said, at the top.
Yeah,
right? But we're only one game above.
Right, you should be feeling like Detroit feeling right now, and instead you got teams right up your ass.
We can coast. We can coast the second half, not coast, but you know what I mean. Like,
right,
man. Here's Milwaukee, you know, plucky fucking the Brewers here, one game back from us, just battling and back. So it's just like, man,
bro. Remember when we talked about the start of the show, everything happening for a reason?
Yeah,
that's probably the best thing for your Cubs because guys are gonna be ready to play every fucking day. Right? Yeah, they got to come to the park ready to play every day. So that's going to be a nice calling card for Council, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
So that's going to keep them. That's going to keep them on their toes, bro. That's going to keep them on their toes, ready to play. So that might be the best thing. The fact that you're gonna, battle it out. Us as fans, of course, we want our teams to just dominate and have it wrapped up. July 20th or whatever. But the Brewers always seem to find a way, even when they lose their manager, they seem to find a way. But you know what I'm saying? Nah, props to your Cubs. They're playing really good baseball. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I still think you'll hold it down. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully. We got to go out and get some pitching, and I'd like to get a third base. But if we can go get a good pitcher to help. Yeah. So speaking of pitching, the Cubs are 30 and I think 12, and Shota in 2 years of Shota Umaga starts. Like that's how good that kid's been.
Jeez.
Yeah. Like we don't lose when he's on the mound. Like that's he pitches to make sure that we're winning.
Right.
So shout out to him. I feel like he's very underrated. Like as far as like national media, maybe it's because he doesn't speak English and he's not Shohei Ohtani. He's not playing both.
I was going to say, he's not playing. He's not Shohei Ohtani. He's not playing for the Dodgers or the Yankees.
But the kid he's so good. That guy's so good. And then out in the West, I'm still buying the Dodgers. They're 4.5 up on the Padres. The Padres have had a nice season, but I'm not. The Dodgers are still the Dodgers. And you look at the wild card; it's tight, really. I mean, the Milwaukee. The thing, at least for the Cubs, like if Milwaukee does catch us, they're 5. The Brewers are 5 up on the next wild card spot. The Mets are a game and a half, and then the San Diego's right there, the third spot. The Giants, Cincinnati, all right there. It's crazy to think that the Cardinals are 2.5. That's the thing about the thing about the third wild card almost ruins a lot of trades at the trade deadline, because if you're the somebody like the Cardinals, you're like, well, man, we still got a chance at the third wild card spot. Like, there's no need to sell, you know what I mean? So why are we going to try to sell?
It's a double-edged sword, because
it keeps your
on
team
the one
involved,
hand, it
though.
keeps your team right. It keeps your team and your fans involved, but it keeps teams that should be selling with this sense of, oh well, we still have an opportunity, and it messes up potential trade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, even Arizona, you know what I'm saying? They're one game under 500, but they're just 4.5 for the last wild card spot. You know what I'm saying? So that's a team. That's a team that you might be thinking, all right, well, who do they have on their roster that we might be able to make a move? But they're probably like, nah, man, if we have a good week, you know what I'm saying, we're right back in it. So again, for those teams' fan bases and for the league as a whole, you know, yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, even though, can we stop adding playoff teams? Like, it's supposed to. Like, you're supposed to work hard to get to the playoff teams. I mean, the next thing you know, they're going to add another team and have a play in, like the fucking NBA.
Speaking of that, they're talking real quick. They're talking about adding more teams to March Madness.
Oh, come on, bro.
Ain't
it like? I mean, it's like 100 already, bro. Like, come on, bro.
They're like, oh, you know what I mean? And they're talking,
and they've been talking about that for a few years, bro.
Yeah, and well, obviously, football's going to a larger playoff format too. It's just like, you know, they're like, oh, well, what about the small teams? Like, they're not going to add, no matter how many more teams you're going to add, they ain't going to add the smaller teams. They're going to add more of the Big Ten, more of the SEC. Like, stop it. Like, we don't. Sometimes less is better. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like really, it is. Sometimes less is better.
Yeah. Nah, I'm completely with you on that. I mean, as far as the college basketball, like you're mentioning, you know, they're going to have all of their tournament and the bids that wind up, you know, the automatic bids that wind up making it with the smaller schools and stuff like that. So they'll still have their bunch of smaller schools in it, but the extra spots, they're doing that for the SEC, ACC, Big Ten, and for the big, you know what I'm saying? So don't think there's going to be a lot more mid majors. In the college basketball tournament. No, that's not what they're trying to do. They're trying to get more. I mean, that's the way our freaking country is. Everything is more and more and more and more.
It's all about TV and money. We all know
that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, NFL is still going to be king even when they do go up to 18 games, because surprise people, they are going to go up to 18 games sooner than later. But I mean, I was good with 16. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but they just want to do more. Just don't get to the point where, you know what I'm saying, like, that's a brutal sport there. You say, well, football, that's one thing. And football is always going to be king, honestly.
But
so
Johnny, they tell us they care about their players. You know what I mean?
That's right, bro.
They care about players' safety.
Sure they do. They care about their players playing enough to make them get paid.
Right? Just like
right. Yeah. They care about their players playing enough to make them money. That's what they care about the players about. But you know, the NFL is a completely different monster. That's just, it's so popular that it doesn't matter if they're playing 20 games, we're gonna eat it up. You know what I'm saying? But as far as all these other ones, like, again, I don't care about as much about expansion. I care more about, like, don't stop with the participation fucking trophies, bro. That's what's the problem with this world right now, with this generation. Like, we don't need half the league to make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You're either good enough to make the fucking playoffs or you're not. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's the most frustrating thing. And that's what pisses me off about the NBA with this whole play-in bullshit. If you can't be a top 8 team, you don't deserve to be in the damn playoffs. And then now you're saying with the baseball adding a third wild card, it's just like, come on, man. Like, you know, that's half the league, you know what I'm saying, can make the playoffs. Like, you're supposed to earn that, man. Like, it's supposed to be, you know, a big deal when you make the playoffs. And now it's like, oh, well, you know, we're 2 games under 500, you know, in July, but we're only 3 games away from the wild card. So let's keep on going for, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's some participation shit right there, bro. Like, I'm not a fan of that, but it is what it is, man. It's just the way our sports are being run right now. So to twist it back into this topic here, man, like, there's still there's still plenty of teams that are still alive for those last couple wild card spots. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens at the trade deadline. Like which front offices actually know that their teams aren't good enough and are going to be smart and look to make a couple, sell a couple players to kind of ensure that next year you're better, and which ones are going to like just try to keep their fans coming and their fans happy and like actually not sell or even make a move for somebody, even though you ain't really got a chance. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, but the trade deadline should be interesting. So there's some really good ball clubs, including your Cubs, the Brewers, the Tigers. Like, do the Blue Jays make a move? Like, it's gonna be interesting to see what team makes a move and what team doesn't.
Yeah, trade deadline's coming up, so we'll see what happens here. Let's move into the back end of the show. We'll start with your movie review here. I believe it was Superman.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Superman. I'm not gonna go all into spoilers because I want people to enjoy it. It was fucking great, to be completely honest.
You're the first person I heard that say that.
Yeah, it was really good. If you're a fan of like the comics, and if you're a fan of the whole fantastical part of comic books and all the great stuff that can happen, if you're not all about, I want it to be gritty and like real life, if it could really no, man, it's you know what I'm saying, it's a freaking alien that shoots beams out of his eyes, so it's supposed to be all kinds of crazy shit like that. And James Gunn just does a perfect blend of a little bit of humor, but not too much to like spoil it.
Yeah.
You believe that that's Superman. You know what I'm saying? And he's got his faults, but it's well written. The story's fun. I'm happy for DC fans, and I'm looking forward to what else comes out in the DC universe. But this Superman was a lot of fun. I'm actually probably gonna go and watch it again.
Wow.
That's how good it was. Yeah, I had a lot of fun, bro. I'm a big superhero fan. It's usually Marvel, but
yeah,
I like the DC as well, and I liked some of some of the Zack Snyder stuff. I like Man of Steel. The first Wonder Woman was badass. It got kind of towards the end there, whatever. But no, this was a lot of fun.
So
it was a bad movie at all. One of the better DC.
He said it wasn't a bad movie at all. One of the better DC movies.
Yeah.
So shout out, Big Mike.
Like I said, it was fun. You know what I'm saying? The other characters were a lot of fun. The interaction, you know what I'm saying? The chemistry with Clark and Lois. Like, this kid, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor is awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna make you hate Lex Luthor like you're supposed to hate Lex Luthor, bro. Okay. He does a great job of it. It's a lot of fun, man. Especially you got all the kids in the house too, bro. Yeah. Like you'll all have a good time, man. If they're at all into it.
To say that it's good. I've seen some online people say it was horrible. Like if you
most of them are probably the old DCEU fans, so they're just gonna shit on all the new stuff because
watch Superman get beat up for like 2.5 hours. Maybe that's your thing, but like that's what.
Because I mean, if you want to just watch Superman completely dominate everybody, then what's the fucking point? Like, if, you know what I'm saying? If he can't even be touched, you know what I'm saying? And there's reasons why he's able to get, you know what I'm saying? So like, if you actually watch the movie and you see why it happens, then you'll understand. But he's still freaking Superman. You know what I'm saying? And he shows it, you know what I'm saying, when he has to. So it was fun, bro. It was a lot of fun.
I have to check it out. My album here, Joyner Lucas put out ADHD 2. I absolutely love this album. First one is one of like my newer, I guess probably in the last 6 years, 10 years maybe. I guess ADHD 1 came out 7 years ago, so somewhere in the last let's say 10 years. He's probably one of my newer favorite rappers. So it's great. Like last week we had the OGs and Clips and Pusha T put out their album, which was phenomenal. Let God Sort Him Out is great. And then this album, kind of a newer guy. And he's great. Joyner, I just love his type of music. Been a fan in his album. This album is really good. It's there's not really a skippable track on it. I mean, there's a couple skits you can skip obviously through, But the whole album is great. And then with the Clips album last week as well, is like you can probably listen to the whole album. There's probably not a song where I'm like, skip. You know what I mean? There's some songs I was like not as good as the other ones, but whole album is good. I'd probably give it about 4 out of 5 stars, man, maybe 4.5. So.
Nice. Oh, damn, good like that. Yeah, definitely. Those are the best ones to listen to too. Is when you don't have to skip nothing, you can just put it on, and you know that. Yeah, I mean, obviously some are going to be better than others, but for the most part, the whole album's good enough to just let it play. Yeah, those are the best ones, man.
Yeah. Let's get into our top 5 of the week before we get out of here. So we did all-time NBA free agent signings. Johnny, I'll let you start at number 5.
All right, at number 5, I'm going with one that was getting everybody's attention, including people who are watching his plane ride from fucking LA to Toronto. I'm going to go with Kawhi signing with the Clippers in 2019. Okay. Now, he's the only one on my list that didn't win a chip, but it was such a big deal when it was going on because he had just won the title in Toronto. And doing that, so I got that one at number 5. It's crazy how things happen because he forced them to trade Shea Gilgeous-Alexander to get Paul George, and look what he just did. He just won an MVP and a chip. So be careful what you wish for, man, because Playoff P hasn't done a motherfucking thing except for a podcast, and now he in Philly. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you're chilling in LA, Kawhi.
Yeah. So here's my number 5, and it might surprise some people, and it's maybe one of the more underrated ones, but it really changed the league. And that's Chauncey Billups in 2002, leaving Minnesota to go to the Detroit Pistons.
That's my number 4.
Okay. So,
nice.
Chauncey, obviously, that resulted in a 2004 NBA championship. Also went back to the finals in like 2005. As well, so he was 2004 Finals MVP. That they had a run there. That Detroit team had a run. So, that's my number 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback with you on that one. Like I said, I had Chauncey at number 4. That was a big deal because Detroit didn't have any type of superstar. They had really good players. You had Ben Wallace manning the middle there with an unconventional 6'9" center. You had Rasheed Wallace, who was always a good player. You had Chauncey and some young kids that were there, but him getting there, he kind of solidified them. He ran the show there as the point guard. And then for them in 2004, not only did they win the chip, but they beat Kobe and the Lakers, you know what I'm saying, and Shaq and the Lakers. So that was a big deal. So yeah, I got Chauncey at number 4. I'm with you.
Okay, my number 4 is none other than LeBron James going back to Cleveland. After the Heat run, everybody expects him to kind of go back to the Heat. Pat Rouse is on the phone working with him and all this stuff. But to me, when he goes back to Cleveland and they it teams up with Kyrie, they make the trade for Kevin Love, and they win that championship in 2016. That's my number 4.
Yeah, he's got too many of them to put all his shit on this list. But I hear you though. You could make a whole top 5 of fucking LeBron almost. Anyway.
Yeah. Who's your number 3?
My number 3 is Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah, it's like I was so unhappy when that shit happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I wanted him to like stick it out in OKC and see what would happen there, especially to go and join a 73-win Golden State Warrior team that just beat you when you were up 3-1 on them. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that just seemed like such a punk ass move right there. But whatever. He got his 2 chips so that he could. Even though ring culture doesn't matter and all that shit now that they're trying to push, but you know what? He ran over there to get his 2 chips, and it's not like he got carried. You know what I'm saying? He was the best player on that team. He was one of the 2 best players in all of basketball, which is what made it frustrating that he felt he had to go there. Yeah. But it was a big deal, and of course they had a dominant team there for the years he was there. It sucks that he wound up getting hurt. because it would have been interesting to see what would have happened had he stayed healthy. But yeah, I got KD going to Golden State at number 3.
Yeah, I got the same. That means they're probably top two are probably close on the flip side. But I'm with you. I had Durant in 2016 going to the Warriors there, and like you said, the 2 Finals MVPs. I mean, it's that team was like almost unbeatable. You know what I mean?
Right.
You had 4 Hall of Famers in the starting lineup. Like,
that's what I'm saying. They were absolutely dominant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was.
But
it is
all those guys, like, to make it work and be the selfless. You know what I mean? And be selfless.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and he's the perfect. I mean, his game was perfect for that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not like LeBron or Luka or somebody that has to James Harden that has to dominate the ball. Nah, bro. He's so efficient with his mid range and his jump shooting. He can drive to the basket whenever he wants. I mean, the motherfucker's 7 foot tall with that handle. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like I said, I wish he would have stuck it out in OKC. I think they just needed one more piece, and they could have pushed through. But anyway, but yeah, he's number 3. So I got LeBron going to taking his talents to South Beach with that bullshit ass show that they put on. I got him at number 2 going to Miami. He went down there. Again, with this, now they're complaining about ring culture, but you ran to Miami to team up with your boy Dwayne Wade, another top 5 player, by the way, and Chris Bosh, another top 10 player, to form the Big 3 down in Miami. They went to 4 straight finals, won 2 of them, lost that first one to Dallas. Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing but I was happy as hell for Dirk. To get his win there, but it was a big deal. LeBron going down to Miami. I wasn't a fan of the whole teaming up thing because I just started the whole super team culture where every team, every superstar wanted to team up and shit like that. That kind of made it boring. But no, that was a big deal when it happened, and you're saying he won 2 titles down there.
So that's
my number 2. So you know what my number 1 is.
I think your number 2. Your number 1 is my number 2, and that's Shaq going from the Magic to the Lakers. That and I'll just go into why I went the way I went here, and then I'll let you kind of counteract that. So number 2, Shaq going to the Lakers was like a one person. It was a big move, obviously. He gets to team up with Kobe, becomes an all-time great. Jerry West really puts him in line, right? Like, do you want to win championships, or do you want to go do all this bullshit, like make movies and rap and things like that? So you better, if you want to be an all-time great, cut that shit out. And it changed Shaq mentality and become one of the best, the most dominant player maybe of all time, right? And he gets the 3 chips. So here's why I went with LeBron James, and you just mentioned it. It changed the culture of basketball. And that's why I put LeBron taking his talents to South Beach. And maybe because, like, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach is like the saying. But I felt like you mentioned it changed the culture of basketball to where we were getting – it used to be like a star and then like a budding, you know what I mean, kind of guy.
Right.
That changed it to where it's like, we got to build super teams and things like that. And it changed the culture of the NBA. They got Bosh, who is a top that you could have added him to the top 10 of these signings, but I cooped that in with that LeBron James, and then that big 3, the theatrics too of not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4 championship thing. Like, so that to me, that's why it's 1, just because it changed the culture of the NBA. And what we saw and what we would see and for pretty much a decade of guys really trying to team up until then, we had never really seen like where it was just openly talked about guys teaming together and playing like that, superstars. So it changed the whole culture, and that's why it's number 1.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. That's probably why I didn't want to put it at number 1, because I hate that happened. Yeah. And I at the time I didn't hate on LeBron. I thought he was the best player in the league, and I was happy for him. I was excited to see what was going to happen with LeBron's career. I didn't realize he was going to turn into such a narcissistic, asshole. But
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, even that whole thing, making a whole show out of it, and completely shitting on your own hometown. and then I'm taking my talents to South. Now I'm gonna go join the Miami Heat, or I'm gonna sign with I'm gonna take my talents to South. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. But anyway, so he went down there, teamed up with this whole super team thing. But Shaq leaving Orlando, I remember you saying it was right before I moved down to Florida, actually from New York, and it was such a big deal. Shaq leaving Orlando, he made the comment about, I'm a big fish in a small pond down there.
Yeah.
So he had to go to LA, and as a non-Laker fan, it was like, oh, of course the fucking Lakers wind up getting Shaq or whatever. And I was, like I said, I had just moved down here or whatever, so I was like excited about watching, Orlando Magic. Like that shit went away quick. You know what I'm saying? I had no desire to watch the Magic once Shaq left. But you said they went on to draft, Kobe a couple years later, and the rest is history. But it was such a big deal, Shaq going to LA, because they had Nick Van Exel, they had Eddie Jones, they had a couple
Kobe
players.
In that same draft class. It wasn't a couple. The same draft class, 96, the same year he went.
Oh, I thought Kobe was 98. Okay, yeah. So yeah. Well, anyway, because Kobe sat on the bench for the first couple of years. That's right. Yeah, they had Van Exel and Eddie Jones.
Yeah, his first year.
Yeah, and then they drafted Kobe. Yeah, good job, Charlotte. You got a generational player. You trade him for Vlade Divac.
Yeah.
But it was such a big deal. You know what I'm saying? I was 20 at the time, so it was like I said, and I was looking forward to possibly going to see Shaq play in Orlando because it ain't too far from where I had moved to, and then that motherfucker went to LA.
So speaking of Kobe, I watched this thing. So the Nets were gonna draft Kobe. Cal was there, Calipari, and he had dinner with Kobe's parents, and I don't think Kobe was there or something like that. And the dinner went great. They wanted Kobe's parents wanted the Nets to draft Kobe so they could kind of be close to him or whatever. And Kobe's agent told the Nets, "Don't draft him. He doesn't want to play for you. He doesn't. He wants to get away from his parents." Type thing. And so yeah, that was.
That Kobe came out later on and said that was bullshit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said that. Yeah, that was all like behind the scenes shit that was happening. Because there was a lot of talk about the Nets drafting him that year, and then the fact that they drafted Kerry Kittles. It was like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he said in some interview or whatever that he had heard about that after the fact, that he was like hell yeah, I would have gone and played for the Nets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how you're saying. Yeah. How history can be made with one little thing happening here or there, man. That's what I'm saying. Life is crazy sometimes like that. But like I said, the Shaq thing was such a big deal, so I had to go with that.
Yeah, no, I get it. Real quick, obviously around the web, we got to talk about this real quick. The Coldplay incident, Johnny, have you seen? I'm sure if you opened up your phone the last 48 hours and been on the internet, the CEO of some company I never fucking heard of, but it's super high up there. So there he is at a Coldplay concert, and as you know, he is. They do a little kiss cam, and who's he with? Not his wife, but the leader of the HR of his company.
Oh my God,
having an affair with her. And the internet, as we know, is going to cook. My favorite explanation. So he comes out. I actually screenshotted this. I don't know what's funnier, his reaction where he ducks under and is trying to hide, or his release statement where he's supposed to be like, this is what he said. I want to acknowledge the moment that's been circulating online and the disappointment it's caused. What was supposed to be a fun night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake playing out on a very large public display. I want to seriously apologize to my wife, blah, blah, blah. You deserve better as a partner, father. This is not who I want to be or who I want to represent the company I help build. Motherfucker, stop lying to us. Like, you know what I mean? I just got caught up in the moment, baby. You know what I mean?
Right.
Coldplay just gets to me. I was touching it. You know what I mean? Like.
Right, if you're gonna play it off, try to play it off a little better than that.
Yeah.
First of all, there you go, boys and girls. That's why you don't cheat, especially at a public place.
Right. She was married. Is going through a divorce at least. But I guess like people, the internet. Hey, you know how the internet gonna work. They're gonna look up shit. I guess like she was like glazing him under the in his LinkedIn. like just boasting her. And then like when she got hired a couple months ago, he's talking huge things about her. So yeah, there was some. Just imagine though, be like that happens, and the next he's got like, honey, I got to work late. I got a late meeting. Okay, baby, all right. You know, I'm the CEO of a company. Like I got it, and then hey, maybe we shouldn't do the internet thing anymore. What? Yeah, in fact, let's just not do cell phones or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Let's go off the grid. Let's go off the grid for a while.
Let's just go off the grid, baby. Why? I just, I think we've been on our phones too much and on the internet too much. You know, like, just give me a phone. I don't think, you know what I mean. I'm going to destroy my phone and you destroy your phone. How about that? We can go live in Amish land. So this motherfucker just cost himself millions.
Half.
Yeah, half. Yeah, you know it. She'll open up her phone the next morning, just roll over, and just be like, half, motherfucker.
Right. But yeah, no, I saw a little bit of it. I didn't dig deep into the story. I couldn't help but laugh and be like, you stupid motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like you did it to yourself. Like again, first of all, boys and girls, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna condone cheating. Don't cheat. But if you are, be smarter than that, bro.
The cheating of the act itself, or like the half-ass like apology. I think more half-ass the apology. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, in some level, yes. I mean, obviously to the wife and family, the whole cheating thing or whatever. But I mean, to get caught and put on blast like that is just fucking hilarious, bro. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? At a Coldplay concert. And then like Nick said, you know, so that's when you play it off and play. I just got caught up in the music, and you know, what I'm saying, like I don't give a fuck about that. But you know, what I'm saying, like play it off like that. This kid just, at least he knew he didn't have to worry about HR if he fucking around with the HR. You know what I'm saying? He didn't need to worry about a lawsuit.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But that's funny, man. See what happened? Life will get you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Too, though, I've never heard of this man or his company, but
right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if you want to start getting stock in that, though. You know what I'm saying? Because wifey about to take half that shit.
I don't think the crazy thing is they fucked up, right? If everybody flashes, because maybe people would have probably recognized him. I don't know, but most people, if they don't make the scene, right? If he doesn't just fucking like, oh shit, then fucking dive down,
right.
Like, doing this number, like y'all should have just played it off like y'all was a real couple. You know what I mean?
Right.
They probably go about their business, but because y'all acted all funny, it'd be like, that's suspect. Who are
they drew attention to it. Yep.
Idiots.
That's exactly it.
play to it. Like, all right, fuck it.
Right.
If y'all already caught, you might as well have just fucking, you know.
Right.
Yeah. He should have just flashed the titties up there.
I was just about to say he should have just pulled her shirt up.
Yeah, flashed
and then
the
just played it off. You know what I'm saying?
Move forward. You know what I mean? That guy failed himself. He should have just. Yeah. If you're gonna go in, you got to go all in. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was his problem. If they wouldn't have made the scene, nobody would have been like, "That's suspect."
Right.
All right. You know what I mean? We move forward.
Yep. And like you said, the internet don't play, boy. They will find out.
Fucking find out. They know. Yeah. They know. All right. Well, Johnny, you got anything else before we get up out of here?
No, I'm good, man. Look out for Kendall Sports, Dolphin Chronicles, where we talk all things Miami Dolphins. Is coming back, I believe, next week. So be on the lookout for that, Kendall Sports Network. And I will be on with Nick and the boys this coming Thursday. Who we talking about this Thursday?
Your division.
Oh, great. That's perfect timing for me to shit on the Dolphins even more. This week we're going to talk about the AFC East. So, yeah, definitely check out LTS or actually –
we don't know. We're working on the name. We're working
on it, but the five of us will be all together on this Thursday coming up at 9. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we'll be back. We don't really know we're working on the name, but you can catch it right here on this channel. But yeah, season 3 continues. We'll be doing the AFC East preview this Thursday, 8:00 Central, 9 Eastern. So. Other than that, folks, have a great week. Hopefully it's the best week of your life. And be a friend, tell a friend, like, subscribe, share. We'll see you next Sunday right back here at 8 a.m. Central, 9 Eastern. So we'll see you then.
Peace.
If I can hit the end stream.
thanks so much for joining us, and until next time, let's talk sport, friends. Thanks for watching.